Jason Yarusi. This is the Live 100 podcast. All right, let's go. If I was to say to you that, are you tired of making excuses, right? Are you constantly feeling like you have an excuse for everything? Well, what if I could tell you today that there's an excuse that you make that could help you be successful? How could that change your mindset? How could that change your position in life? How could that alter really the trajectory of how you treat each and every day? I've working with my 10-year-old, right? And we're just out there doing a lot of activities. I'm coaching him in sports, right? And he's learning excuses, right? He's learning excuses for why he's not able to perform or do something, right? Where the excuse becomes in his mind the reason that he wasn't able to be successful in anything. Catching the ball, snapping the ball, shooting and making a basket, right? There's always something right now that he has in his mind that's created that excuse, right? And for me, I'm trying to not let it cause frustration, right? Because I see it, but I remember that time too. In my mind, I was learning that phase of life, right, where ultimately there's a divide, right? There's a divide right now where we either take responsibility or we find the fault in someone else or something else for why we can't. And I'm not perfect, right? I spent years blaming others, blaming, just the way I grew up, the things that happened in my life, just the surroundings, my upbringing, right? Everything was a reason for why I could not be successful. And when I started to break that mold, when I started to change that direction in my mind, what happened was I was able to create positive momentum. So if you're feeling stuck right now, if you're feeling like I can't break the mold, I can't get out of this rhythm of just failure after failure or negativity or just even stagnancy, right? If you're just stuck, like you feel like your feet are in quicksand or your feet are in, just frozen in ice, right? Well, there's a certain way that you can phrase a word, and this word could potentially and absolutely start to break the mold. And that word is maybe. Maybe. A simple word. And if we get back to the root translation, the old English phrase may be, which literally translates to it may be, right? It has the possibility to convey possibility, uncertainty, potential, leaving a question open-ended rather than providing a definitive answer, right? And as a salesperson, right, you'd rather a yes or a no than a maybe. But here is where maybe can drive forward positive connotation. It's when you view it as a potential for opportunity. So hear me out. We use maybe so many times in life when we don't want to commit, we don't want to step outside, we kind of don't want to give an answer. Maybe we just don't have it, right? Just like I used the thing right there. Maybe we don't have the words, right, to put forward a more positive answer, or we don't want to hurt someone's feelings, right? But what if we can use it in our own rhythm to break the mold? Instead of saying I can't, I won't. What if we, instead of saying it's not me, I don't know how, what if that changes and gets replaced with the word maybe? Maybe I can learn to do that. Maybe it is possible. And eventually you'll be able to leave room for growth to say, why not me? How can I? How can I just figure this out? But if you're stuck right now, if you're stuck in this place where you just constantly feel like you're lacking, feel like you're unable to, feel like it's not possible, feel like it's just not going to be you, using the word maybe just opens up the door. It just starts the conversation. It starts to let daylight in. It starts to break your mind and allow optimism to be alive. If you can let in optimism and you can replace the pessimism, the negativity, the actual no, right? The hard no that you're giving yourself in most aspects of life, what do you think happens? You start to be self-aware of how you're showing up and understanding that you can now own it and position yourself for greatness. So how can we use that word today in your life, right? Instead of saying no, well, what if maybe? Maybe I can try it. Maybe it's not going to kill me. Maybe rejection isn't the worst thing. Maybe trying this is not going to be the end of the world. Maybe I can just give it a chance. What's going to happen? You're going to really squash down the fear of rejection. You can open up the path of creativity. You're going to really start to open the door for your start on your path to growth. What we need right now is to change just that one piece of the puzzle, that one little thing of hardwiring in your mind that has been saying no for so long. I can't. No, not for me. No, probably only other people could do that. No, I'm just not smart enough. No, I just don't have the money. Well, maybe I can learn to give this a try. Maybe I can figure this out like others haven't before. Maybe I can just give it a chance. How can we use maybe in our life today to start opening the window, start opening the door, start opening up our growth cycle and getting back to the true aura of what's possible within ourselves? We have this free assessment over on the website. You go to jasonyarusi.com. There's a free assessment that lets you understand where your starting line is. And if you're just not sure how you're showing up, you go take and answer a few questions there. And it truly allows you to see how you're showing up in the moment, where you're really pulling your weight. And in other places, maybe you have to just give more reflection to and be self-aware at. But opening the conversation instead of just a flat out no, just saying maybe can crack the code for you. So the next time, even today, when you're just really forceful in your mind to say no, what if you say, maybe I'll give it a try? What could be the result of just starting a cycle of giving yourself a chance? I know for me, it made everything in my life. And I know for you, if you change that one little thing, I know the potential for greatness is within you. All right, that's what I got today. I'm Jason Yarusi. This is the Little 100 Podcast. Thank you again for everyone continuing to push this show out there to grow. If you can do anything for us, go down there, leave us a ratings and review. It means the world to us to help us get the podcast out to more people that want to live their 100 starting today. Let's do this.